Hey, Photo One, let's talk a little bit about contrast. You guys are going to need to take your contrast pictures and hand them in for Thursday. So what I did was I just went for a little walk in my backyard. The sun was shining. It was about 4 o'clock. And I just looked for some things that looked a little bit interesting. For example, in this first picture, I found some roots that were in the ground, and I really liked the leading lines of how the roots led my eye into and out of the frame. I really liked how the curve sort of hit in the bottom left-hand intersection in that rule of thirds spot. So I took the picture of the roots, and then just on my iPhone, I went into contrast. I changed it to black and white, and I sort of played with it till the darkness of the roots was standing out a little bit more. And I liked how this tree sort of had a little bit of rule of thirds going on. And then I bumped up the contrast playing with the tree. In this next picture, I just kind of found some rocks that were on the ground. I centered them. So we have a little bit of asymmetrical balance going on. And I also thought that the shadow that the rocks was casting on the ground was really interesting. So I took this picture first. I really liked the shapes, the organic shapes of the rocks. And then I just bumped up the contrast in my phone again. For this next picture, again, I just looked for rocks on the ground. I found these two smooth ones that had some nice shadows to them. And I put them in the rule of thirds spot, and then I changed the contrast on that. Once I got kind of sick and tired of looking at rocks and twigs and everything looked pretty brown to me, I decided to focus in on shadows. I created shadows with my own body, and I started taking pictures of shadows. Here's a picture of my shadow in the rule of thirds, and then I just bumped up the contrast again. I'm doing this all on my phone. I thought this tree was sort of interesting with the blaze. I liked the texture of the tree, so I centered it. And then I went into my phone and I started to play with different types of contrast. There's lots of options within your iPhone to do different types of brightness and contrast. I screenshot all my choices here. Some choices are good, some choices aren't good. I think you really need to think of what you want to convey as an artist, whether you're interested in making a really black and white image, or if you want to bring out the highlights, the darks, the shadows, and just play with it. My best suggestion to you is to really think about the types of composition that we've learned so far. So first, you really want to either take a picture that's very balanced, or has some interesting leading lines, or some interesting pattern and texture, or rule of thirds, or just asymmetrical balance, anything. First, take a good picture and look at the shadow and look at the light, and then go in and adjust the contrast. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a good picture that has some really great composition, and then on top of it has really great contrast. These pictures are due on Thursday to your Google site. I will go live on Thursday and give you guys feedback. But if you have any questions beforehand, feel free to message me and reach out. I hope everybody is doing well. And that's it. Thanks. Bye.